Okay, I'm gonna be honest and come out and say that I'm a weeb fag. But not really though. I'm misusing the term here. But you know what I mean, that I like the animus and the waifus and all that shit. In case you didn't notice by now. I like Monster Girl. I think most of us can agree that anime's highest quality shit is mostly on feature films. And oh boy, we have gotten some great anime movies lately, such as Kimi no Na wa, Shin Gojira, Sword Art Online. And of course, I couldn't possibly forget anime's prodigious child who beat everyone on the spelling contest, Koi no Katachi. I mean, look at the title of this video. It's probably gonna mention it. It's probably why you came here in the first place, to see if you have to write a mean comment. Now you might say, this film came out in September last year. Why are you talking about it now? Well, this movie is a clear proof that Japan doesn't like to share. It hasn't been until just recently that Latin America was blessed with this glorious gem of filmmaking. But not really. No, the movie will be premiering on Argentinian theaters next month. Shut up. I've been waiting for this for a whole year now. Be fucking quiet. I just couldn't wait any longer. He was right there, laying on the bed of illegalness, all sexy with his new lingerie. I mean, if you were a sex addict on the apocalyptic world without humans, and after a year a thick hot lady shows up all of a sudden, what would you do? Are you gonna fuck it? Or are you gonna wait for a consent? Oh god. I know that at this point, all the fuss has worn off in most countries, just like a big brother who got tired of a game, so he's finally letting his little bitch brother to play with it. But I've been so hyped about this movie that I've watched 5 times in the last 3 days. It's so good! Maybe it has to do with the fact that I'm a huge fanboy of the manga. But that aside, let's get into the review, I guess? I'm gonna talk subjectively about the thing. I guess that passes as a review these days. And I warn you, this might have spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie or read the manga, just fuck off, mate. Why will you click on a video about something you haven't watched? Are you fucking stupid? The story is about Ishida Shoya, a little twat that bullied a deaf girl, Nishimiya Shoko, to the point she had to be transferred to other school. This leading to everyone hating him, he thinking he's a piece of shit, and deciding that he wants to fucking die. Just like most of us. I'm alright, guys. I'm alright! But instead of ending his existence, he decides he wants to redeem himself and do right by Nishimiya. This movie has a lot of great going on. The animation is gorgeous, the music is great, the voice acting is on point, and it's a pretty decent adaptation of the source material. Therefore, I think it's gonna be easier to point out what's wrong with it. Like the characters, they weren't that great. They didn't have enough time to develop. I mean, aside from Shoya, Shoko, and Yuzuru, I think I can resume every other character in one sentence. Nagatsuka, he's fat, and is Shoya's loyal friend. Sahara, she's a coward who runs away from trouble. Ueno, she's the bitch we're supposed to dislike. Kawaii, she's just a bitch that only cares about herself. Mashiba, he existed, I guess. The second thing I have troubles with is the relationship between Ishida and Shoko. I didn't bought it. They met like 4 times before Shoko's confession, and none of them were remarkable or even long enough to make her fall in love with him. By the time I saw her with the ponytail, I was like, really? You wanna do this right now? Actually, I don't even remember how the whole relationship thing was on the manga. I might have to check that out. And last but not least, I know 2 hours is not enough time to shrink a 7-volume manga down, but I don't appreciate the cutting of my favorite scene. You know, the one where Shoko is having a good dream about a past where they actually understand her and everyone are friends and generally happy, and suddenly, boom! Cut to reality. She's laying on her bed crying with a broken arm. It was such a great scene and you done fucked it up. It was so simple, it could have been like 30 more seconds. Fuck you! I'm sorry, that was out of place. Obviously, that's just me being a nitpicky cunt. But besides that, I think this movie is great. It's everything that's good in this world. But I also want to address last year's civil war between this movie and Kimi no Na wa. People just wanted to compare these two for some reason. Maybe because they were the biggest emotional roller coasters of that year. In that regard, let's compare. Kimi no Na wa's story, at least the first half, I mean, we have seen it. A guy and a girl change bodies. It isn't until the twist that the movie gets to the holy shit, this is good point. Koi no Katachi, it's a good story overall. When it comes to the romance, I buy Kimi no Na wa's romance more than Koi no Katachi's. It's beautiful. And finally, the characters. I think Kimi no Na wa has more developed characters. Yet still, I don't remember any other characters from that movie that are not the main ones. But here's the thing. Koi no Katachi made me cry. Me. Something that's really hard to do. Help me, I don't know how to express emotion anymore! The point is that it's something that Kimi no Na wa didn't achieve, or even the manga. That said, which one I think is best? I don't know, I'm just a guy, what would you ask me? They're both great movies, why are we fighting? And those were my thoughts on Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale. It wasn't that bad, it was slightly enjoyable. 5 out of 10, it's okay.